I know it's been a minute, but it's time to continue working on this particular journal. If this does not look familiar to you in any way, please check out the first part of this mini series, which I'm linking below. This journal is inspired by one I made, I think about 2 years ago for my brother's 60th birthday. And I've wanted a similar one ever since. So in the first one, we made this cover. And in this part, we will start working on the inside. And I'm going to follow a tutorial that I've seen by Pearlie's Design Shop. I will obviously link this video for you below. And she shares how she dyes papers with acrylic ink. It's gonna get super messy, so I'm gonna wear some gloves. Before I do that, let me share some of the materials I'm going to be working with. So I chose 3 different kinds of lace. And I have some vintage filing cards or file cabinet cards. Is that what they're called? I tore these out of a vintage notebook. These are from some sort of a vintage album I found at Goodwill. No idea what these were originally used for. We have some junk mail envelopes in different sizes. We have these 2 dividers, 3 dividers actually, in this manila color. And finally, I have, I think, 6 sheets or 8 sheets of 180 GSM artist paper. Nice and sturdy. And the colors that I chose for today, they're from various brands. I have these acrylic inks since a long time and I hardly ever use them, so I think this is the perfect opportunity to use them. So I have burnt sienna, sepia, this is an Amsterdam acrylic ink, burnt umber, Hansa deep yellow, permanent red, primary yellow. Then I have these 2 high flow acrylic inks by Golden, one in shading gray and one in carbon ink. The shading gray one is transparent. And last but certainly not least, we gotta add some gold. And I won't be spraying this, I'll just probably use the nozzle, or yeah, I'll decide how to use that later. So we're starting off by misting the page with some water. I'll do that on both sides. I think we're going to need a lot of water for this. And I'm thinking the darker the color that we add, the less I'm going to add. Wow, this ink is not in the best condition anymore, I would say. It's one of my old ones. So then we're going to keep misting. This ink is so old that it's not even really spreading anymore. But hey, it's probably going to give us some really cool effects. Let's try this newer one by Amsterdam. It's going to be very different. Yeah, you see that? That's how it should look. So yeah, this is going to get super, super messy. And we're just going to keep adding water and inks. So we want a bit of variation, so let's add some orange. And I think the key here is to just not be precious, like at all. Wow. So that was the transparent shading gray. And of course, once these papers dry, and my plan is to leave them to dry overnight, the colors are going to lighten up quite a bit. So don't worry if at the beginning your papers look very dark. I'm sure they won't stay like that. Oh wow, this now is totally brown. And then we're just going to take the next piece and put it there. Missed it. This is such a challenge for me to not freak out when things look weird, you know what I mean? We need some more darkness. Perfect exercise for a control freak like me. You can tell again, this is one of my older inks. It doesn't move as much as the newer ones. Wow, check this out. So once I'm happy with one paper, I don't know how happy I am, but I think I'll just see what happens with this one. I'll just put it on another plastic sheet that I have on the floor. Look at this darkness. I actually love it. Okay, this one's also ready. Moving on to the next one. Always spraying enough water. Let's try some red. Oops. Yeah, it's again an older ink. You can immediately tell. So I don't want the brown to take over everything. I think we need some black. I'm gonna say this one's done. They do look very interesting looking, laying next to each other on the floor there. I'll show you some footage once we're done here. I have to say, this does take a little bit of a courage. You might not think so, but yeah, surprisingly. I mean, it's just paper, right? Well, what's gonna happen? But still, if you're not used to just messing around like this, yeah, it is challenging. Completely out of my comfort zone. Super curious what can happen. I don't mind if some spots stay white. I actually like that a lot. Oh, I really like this page now, which is completely going to change, obviously. Yep, I'll leave that like that. And this I want to keep like so. Loving the black. Check this out. Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll put some orange here on the surface as well. Ooh. Let's add some darkness. Yes. This can be very therapeutic if you're willing to just let go a little bit. You know what I mean? If you feel like you can let go of the control. Wow, that looks amazing. Yep, I'll go with that. Or do we, let's just put the other one on top. Let's mist it. I'm not giving up on the red yet. Do you see all the clumps? Maybe I'll stick to the newer ones. I hope these will brush off once this has dried. Ooh, I love this backside. Very cool. Okay, we'll just leave that. And we'll leave that as well. Okay, let's move on to these here. These are much thinner. Oh, you can see immediately how it's going through. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't think I need to add much color on top. Wowza. Is that enough grunge for you? I love it. Oh wow, this looks amazing. I don't know if you agree. Wow, yes, yes. These are behaving very, very differently to that artist paper. And I love it. I love how each paper is going to give you something completely different. Yes. Let's do some junk mail envelopes. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do these file cards. Doesn't get more messy than this, does it? You just gotta embrace it. Okay, next let's do these two. I'll do some of these notepad papers. Okay, one more thing I have to add is some vellum. Okay, this is just black now. I don't know what happened there. We'll see what this looks like. I'm very curious. Let's try to keep this one a little bit lighter. Okay, so lastly we'll take all of our beautiful lace and just mop up the rest here. So this is what they look like while they are drying. They look very interesting, very grungy. Cannot wait what they will look like once they are dry. So it's the afternoon of the next day. So I let these dry completely overnight. Oops, there's a hair. And then I put some heavy books on it for half a day. So let me share the results. So first we have the lace. Almost looks like rust dyed, I think. Then we'll start from small and go to large. I usually like the back sides better. I say back sides because these were the sides that were laying on the plastic, and the plastic made such cool designs. So front and back. I just love all these spots here, and I would not have gotten those if I would have laid everything on newspaper like I usually do. First I thought it wasn't going to dry at all on the underside because it was laying on plastic, but that's not true. And here we have some very glossy parts which actually look like they're still wet, but they're not, just because it's acrylic paint. Look how cool this looks. I am over the moon with these designs. And the grunge is real, no? It really doesn't get any more grungier than this. But of course, if you do this with different colors, with lighter colors, not use so much black and brown, then obviously yours will look very, very different. These spots, I mean, those are just everything. Look. It's just amazing. Also, even this line here, like, wow. So then we have the junk mail envelopes. Oh, I don't even know if I could open these. Okay, so they do open completely. I really like this one because it's lighter. I love this white spot here where the acrylic paint didn't get to. Also this here. Wow, that is just gorgeous. Then we have that notebook paper. Look at this. All of this down here, those are all the spots where it was laying on the plastic. I am in love, at least with these back sides. This looks pretty funky. It's turned quite green. But look at this. Ah, this is so cool. Wow. I had planned on covering most of these up, but I don't see how I'm going to be able to do that because that is just too much yumminess. to cover up completely anyway. So these were these two weird papers. This I really love. And this as well. Then we have those divider pages. I really love these as well. Love the grunge. And I love the fact that I don't have to worry about it being permanent or not, because obviously acrylic paint is permanent. So I can throw even more fluid stuff on here and it wouldn't change a thing. This is just amazing. The vellum, yeah, I kind of overdid it with that, but listen to this. I mean, wow. But these I would definitely do lighter in the future, because that's crazy. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to use these at all. And lastly, we have the artist paper. And again, oh, wow, I mean, it's amazing. But I also really love the back sides. But on these, I also really love the fronts, I have to say. It looks so amazing, but look at this back side. And I think this was the one where I said I hope that these parts come off. And look, I can just rub them off. This was where the acrylic paint had already dried in the bottle. So that actually rubs off. The red does. The black actually is not really raised. That actually went into the paper. Gorgeous. Amazing. You can immediately tell this was the side underneath. This is a bit meh. But this, oh my goodness. That's just crazy. This also is more like meh. But bam, look at this. I mean, these are works of art. I don't know how I'm going to be able to cut or tear into those. This one is quite nice. I love the variation of color. And this, I mean, really? This kind of looks like an animal, like a really long nose, the eye, and some kind of a weird body, legs. So cute. And look at these. I just love these two. And this is the last one. Like, I'm speechless. I'm truly speechless. Look at this here. I'm over the moon with these. And if you're already imagining how these would look in your own journal, good news, 12 of them are now available as a digital in my shop. All the links are below this video in the description box. So if you love grunge, definitely give this a try. So in the next episode of this series, we're going to figure out how to put these in here as pages and how to connect them and start to put together some signatures. I hope to see you back here for that in a week. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.